Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4 of R3KREATION, my new series of interviewing very famous and very strong EU personalities. And in this episode we have none other than the pride of Ireland, Mr. Redslasher himself. Welcome.
Regsu, thank you so much for the introduction. It's great to be here. Hi. I'm Redslasher, Irish Undernight player, formerly Irish multiplayer, formerly Irish Smash 4 player. There's a bit of history. We'll probably get into it. It's great to be here.
Pleasure is definitely all mine. So, of course, for whoever watched unlike Mr. Redslasher, for whoever who has watched these before, know the format. So there will be 3 sections. The first one will be a very brief introduction. The second will be some rapid questions. So I'm gonna ask something and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. And then we'll have some long answer questions. So you can go into depth about stuff. They're more like essay questions.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense.
Of course, your nickname is Redslasher. Everyone knows that. If you don't mind, how old are you actually?
I'm 27.
27? That's like... I think 3 people are 27 interviewed in this show, so that's...
Yeah, I know Nephros is 27. Yeah. I know that came about. I don't actually know anyone else who is that, but like I believe it, to be fair. But yeah, 27, turning 28 in April this year.
Ooh, April, nice. So, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
Okay. Of course, you're from Ireland, not from the UK.
Very important distinction to make, but according to StarGG, there's like no distinction. Like it's just the same place. Like my bad for being in the north, I guess. I mean, we're occupied by the British, so I mean, like, what can you do? But yes. You know, whenever I go abroad and whenever I'm like competing and stuff, like I am the pride of the Irish. The British cannot take me, like, etc. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud to represent. I'm proud to represent Ireland and all that stuff for sure.
Your main is Hive Kido?
Presumably, God, who knows? For the most part, through most of Uni 2, yeah, absolutely, that would be the character I'm playing. I from time to time, like, yeah, I swap characters and like just toy around with other characters. But in tournament, like, I mean, I've only played Hive, I suppose. So it has to be Hive, right?
We'll come back to that later, because I have a question on that as well. And how long actually have you been active in Undernight?
That's like, I mean, it's not a hard question, but it's like, what? I suppose it depends on what you consider active. I suppose that I started playing the game whenever the European release of Eunice came out, which I think was 2017, maybe 2018, can't remember. I think it had to be 2017. Because then COVID happened, so I played the game a lot during that point, for those like 2, maybe 3 years, and then Clear happened, and that was great. You know, we had a Clear tournament. You know, the month it came out. You know, a local in Dublin. I was like, oh, you know, this is sick. And then I got locked in my home for a few months because of like some pandemic or something. Like, I don't know, like some like virus. I don't really remember the okay, no, but seriously, yeah. So like COVID happened. And I played a bit of Clear. You know, I played a bit of net play, but around that time there was stuff like Plus R getting good netcode, and you know, Uni is just not a game, from my personal opinion, that just does not play super well online, especially in delay base. So, you know, the enjoyment factor wasn't really there. No locals for me was a big deal. It was like part of the reason why I played, like going down to tournaments to hang out with friends to play the game. So around Clear, like I'd say about a few months in the Clear, I stopped playing, and then I only really picked it back up once Uni 2 was announced. Maybe like there was like a month or 2 like in there where I would like go like, oh well, maybe I'll play a bit of Uni for fun, and then like I stopped doing that. I feel like a lot of people probably maybe fell into the same kind of thing. But then Uni 2's came out, and I've been, fairly active. Maybe take like a month or two break every now and again. I say every now and again. Like I feel like it's happened like twice or something at this point. But I've been pretty active through most of the game's like lifespan, I would say, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Right. So that concludes the small introduction. We'll go on to the rapid questions. As I said, like first thing that comes to mind, there are no wrong answers.
That's horrifying. I'm really bad at giving like quick like I normally need to think about these things, Rexy. Like you're telling me to just go. You're telling me to just like send it. I don't know if I can just send.
They're not that bad, I think. To be honest.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. I'll trust you. Let's get into it. Let's go.
All right. So your favorite Under Night soundtrack song?
Oh, okay. Probably it would have to be Hyde versus Seth. Seth. I can't remember the name of the song off the top of my head, but like that theme in Uni 2 specifically, really, really good.
Your favorite matchup to play?
My favorite matchup? Probably. I actually don't know what my favorite matchup would really be to play. I like there's
is it because there's too many, or is it because
there's too many characters? Too many. There's no. It's not because there's none. Like it's not like I hate fighting every uni character. It's more just the fact that like I can't really think of like, oh yeah, I really like fighting this character specifically for like a bunch of reasons. I think I'll just say Batista because like it's really easy, but like yeah, I think I'd have to think about that, to be honest.
Fair enough. It's on the spot, that's a bit hard. Okay, so on the flip side, your most hated matchup?
Elton.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Broken character. I'm sorry.
Exactly!
There's a lot of like bad matchups up there. Or say bad matchups, but matchups that I don't like to like play. But Elton, broken character, absolutely insane. Just get her out of here. Come on, do your job. Like I don't care if Hyde gets shot in the crossfire. He deserves it as well. But like, anyway, sorry. I will not rant.
No, feel free. Anything about Elton is very welcome in this.
No, I believe it.
Alright, so, of course, today we had the Hardcore Tour draw. We had, of course, Nephros will be facing off against the Eltnums.
I did unfortunately hear the sad news.
Hopefully win. But, in terms of Hardcore Tour, if you had to win either EVO or Hardcore Tour, what would you choose?
Oh, what would I choose? Oh, that's really tough. Like, I mean, Nephros can read me like a book, and reads most of Europe like a book. So the fact that Nephros is not an EVO, but is an Arc World Tour, does push it towards EVO.
Oh,
but like,
okay.
I will be completely honest. Obviously I have to pick one, but like, I would not win either. There's no way in hell. I would probably say. I mean, Evo also has 2 Eltnums, so I can't even be like, which one is the least Eltnums? Like, there's no good answer here. I can't remember the top 8 off the top of my head for all of Evo. I'd probably say Arc World Tour because Big Black isn't there. Okay. To be honest, I think that would be my answer. I think that man's too powerful. I can't do that.
Like, remember, there's only 2 Eltnums at Arc World Tour, but there might be much more at Evo.
True.
If you had to nerf or buff a character or change a system mechanic in Uni 2, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a really interesting one. I feel like I'll go for, if I were to nerf a system or like make a system-wide nerf, I would probably follow up on the changes that were done to Rising Aerials getting scaling, and I would move that not in the same way, but I would probably hit every like TK special move that OS crushes, and I would probably just like hit that scaling like super hard, because all those moves in this version of the game are incredibly strong. For just because they just open people up for free. Like TK exists for a reason. It is under the assumption that I can't put back 1 AD. If I can put back 1 AD, if I can put back Shield of West, like that's the one. Shield of West goes straight back into the game, like fixes the game, like straight up, no questions asked. But under the assumption that that won't happen, because I mean it's been like 2 years and Komodo won't put it back in the game. My change would be to nerf all like air special moves. So like TK Kuka, Hide, TK Apogo, Elt, TKDP, Wagner, Dive Kick. You get the idea. You get the idea. All those kind of moves.
Yeah, fair enough. And it makes sense. I think that was something that a lot of people expected when we saw the Nut Scratch nerf, but it didn't happen. Like I think people testing Eltnum TKDP were like depressed because hey, it's still the same.
Yeah, no, like I was the same. Like I looked at the notes and I was like, okay, wow, the Nut Scratcher nerf is like really interesting. Like that's pretty good. Like it doesn't really fix the problem, but it makes it a less rewarding option, which is fine. Like it's okay for Rising JA to be a good option in the game. But then it's like, yo, but like why is TK Kuga plus on block and deletes me on hit? Don't really agree with that, but like that's it's like it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll see what happens in the next patch. Whenever that happens.
Fingers crossed. Right. Your top 5 characters, but unordered. So.
Oh, okay. So top 5 in like, as in like power levels and like tier list.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ooh. Top 5. Probably go like. I might get flack for one of these ones, but like that's okay. This is the fun of it. Eltnum definitely put Carmine in there. Like Elt's Carmine, that's easy. Londrekia, I'd probably put Londrekia there. Elt, Carmine, Londrekia. Trying to make sure I don't run over any characters I've used before. I put Byakuya up there. I'd put Byakuya up there. I put Byakuya up there. Like I have my reasonings for it, and like technically it's not actually based on like his power level, and it's kind of because Big Black is insane. But like I'll get to it at some point, I'm sure. 5th, like not even 5th in power level, just like a top 5. I'm pulling up. I'm sorry, I need to pull up the list of characters. I have to pull up Dust Loop.
Your mic cut off.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's really weird. Is it back?
Yes.
I said Dust Loop. I need to pull up Mizumi.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured you were looking up the character list.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I should do it now. I guess it would probably just have to be Hyde if I put all these characters there. I guess it would have to be Hyde. Like, I mean, there's some other characters that could have been there, but I would put Hyde. I would put Hyde. Okay.
Okay, interesting choice. I don't guess there's going to be much of an answer to this, but who is your preferred player between Defiant or Big Black? I think
definitely. Like, if I had the root for one or the other, I mean, this is always really funny because like whenever this matchup happens, and like I normally like watch like big tournaments with like the Irish lads in voice call, and it's always so funny whenever this happens because people want to root for Big Black, but no one likes Byakuya. No one really wants the Spider to win, but there's not many Defi fans in Ireland for numerous. I say numerous reasons. Like there's one reason. It's like it's nothing against him as a person. It's just like people just hate the way that he will switch to random characters. I think I would probably root for Big Black over the two. If it was them two in like Grands, like whenever they're in Grands, Evo or whatever, like I'm always rooting for Big Black.
Alright, nice. Okay, so that's going to be all the rapid questions.
I kind of sucked at doing those rapid, but sure, look.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe you wanna explain a little bit the Byakuya reasoning, since there isn't really a question about.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah. So like, I just think that Byakuya is such a good tournament character.
Yeah, for
like, sure. I just think that any time that I play against Byakuya or I watch a Byakuya play, like the way that people have to play around his normals, and the reward that he gets for being correct is so ungodly high. And it's not like he has like really bad neutral to like compensate for the fact that like he just hits you and that might be GG's. Like, yes, you know, he doesn't have like the best neutral in the game or something, but like his buttons are kind of big. Like that's good enough in my eyes, you know, to an extent. Like part of it is just a bit of hate. Like I'm really bad at playing against that character for sure. But like, sorry, pardon me. But whenever I play against Byakuya, or whenever I watch Byakuya, and I just see Byakuya hit 5A, and then that's it, that's the round, like the round just ends because he goes into 6-2 free C, and the webs come in, and then it's like, what do? You just lose? Like, I think that the character is so consistent at what he does, and the situations that he creates are so strong and they're very layered. That's the word I'm looking for. They're very layered. It's not like there's a single answer that characters have to just, unless you're like Enkidu, I guess. Like technically Enkidu can 214C and ignore the setup, but then you have to pay 100 meter to ignore the setup and be minus. Like no, and that's like a very specific, you know, character that can do that, and he suffers in that matchup for multiple other reasons. So it's not like that makes it good, right? So I just think that what Byak does is really strong. What Byak does is really consistent, and the way that people have to play because they're scared of being Byakya'd, for good reason, just creates like some really frustrating and powerful game states for the Byakuya player. But I'm biased. I get smashed by like blank all the time, so you know there's that bias in there, and I've probably watched like more Byakuya 6-2 free Cs than I have. I can't think of a comparison, but I've seen it so much across like since like ST. Like it's always been there. Like Byakuya's always been there, so I've just seen it so often. But everyone's like, he's not that good. But like, there's always a Byakuya in top 8. Not always, but like most of the time, there's a Byakuya in top 8. And it isn't always just Big Black. It wasn't always just Big Black. Now it is kind of just Big Black. But
there's Cody now as well.
That's true. They're growing. They're growing in size. The army is coming. Like the spiders. Get your fucking bug repellent. Get in there. Like we gotta get them out of here.
Time to burn our house.
Start a fire. Start something. I don't know. Get the spider nest out of here. Like. Okay. No, that's. I think that's all I have to say, or else I'll just start repeating points.
Fair enough. But just touch a little about the Byakuya point. It's such an. I don't want to call it like a no-brainer to put Byakuya so high up, because it's so rare to see people putting Byakuya top 5. But as you said, like he's so strong. He's such he has such a simple game plan that one hit after 10 seconds of the game can win you the whole game. It's because like you get the meter and then it just rinse and repeat, and it's a
it's very like the one thing that I actually forgot to mention when I was talking about Byakuya is the grid, like the grid thing. Like we've literally had nerfs to grid generation, except from in character like toolkits specifically, and Byakuya in Uni 2, his webs got nerfed on grid gain. But if we think about the hotfix patch that came out, you know, that nerfed nut scratchers, buffed health and stuff, you know, that was the patch that hit Eltnum grid on reload. Which should just been gone completely, but you know, whatever, I'm not the game designer, it doesn't matter. But Byakuya is still out here hitting you with like free webs in a combo, taking about like 1.5 blocks of grid. Is probably close to like a block and a bit because of how weird grid stealing and generation kind of it can be in Uni, because it's like a bunch of very even values, if I recall correctly. Don't know the specifics. But my point is that Byakuya's out here like robbing people blind to this very day, even if it's not as extreme as it was in like ST or Clear, where like you actually lost like a free grid. Like if you got hit and you were like 3 blocks up, you lost the cycle. Like you just lost. That's not as true anymore. You'd have to be like a block and a half up in order to lose the cycle at that point. Maybe 2 because of how grid generation works. But yeah, like Byakuya is definitely like a kind of a hot take, because you know there's characters like Yuzu that I didn't say. and there's like Wagner. People talk about Wagner. I'm not a big Wagner believer, but I'm sure we'll get it. No, not that I'm not a big Wagner believer. I'm sure I'll get to talk about it at some point. I can explain that one. I actually don't really know who else I'd really talk about actually at that point. But like, you know, there's yeah, I guess those two are enough to be fair. Those two characters. You know, there's Yuzu and Wagner that are like both considered like really, really strong for good reason. And I do think those characters are really strong. Yuzu, I think it's just because no one's been playing Yuzu that it's hard for me to actually evaluate Yuzu's strength and just be like, yeah, that character's like definitely top 5 because the game's different. Like the game is just different in some ways. And you know, I play against Glod at like an offline major, and then I'll go, yeah, Yuzu's fucking broken for like a week, and then like I'll forget about it again. So it's like it's hard for me to be like my top 5 is always changing on spite, purely by spite.
Damn. The pettiness top 5. I saw you like shuffling Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Is that like your how do you call it? Like fidgeting tool?
It wasn't until recently, and then it's just like I just had these 2 commons just lying at my table, and then
what cards are they?
These cards are just Double Interlock and Rocket Detonator, which came out in the new Yu-Gi-Oh set.
I've been out of the Yu-Gi-Oh loop for like 16 years now, so I have absolutely no idea what they do.
Oh yeah, no, these are like Link. These are like, I think, no, it's not the protagonist. I never actually watched the anime that these cards were in, but it's like, I think it's a rival, like not an antagonist, but you know, like the guy that fights the protagonist very often, like used like these to like, and they're like normally like link climbing tools, and they like the theming is that like the extra deck monsters are like just big guns, and then the main deck monsters are like bullets that get shot out, and it's like it's kind of cool. Like the monsters, like some of the monsters have like effects where it's like they get targeted by a link monster, and then they go, okay, I'm gonna blow up and then do something because they're like a gun. They're getting they're getting pointed at by a gun. They get shot, they get destroyed, and then they do something after they've been destroyed, which I think is really cool. They're normally played in this deck called Dragon Link. I'm not going to get into details. That's not what this is about. But you know, shout out to Dragon Link. That's my goat. It's the goat deck. But yeah, I kind of just realized like this is kind of fun. Like just shuffling like these 2 cards just in my hand like this, and because they're like commons, or like, you know, they're literally pennies. So it's just like I don't have to worry about like, oh, if I bend them, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I feel bad like if I bent like shiny cardboard instead of like just cardboard.
For sure. Okay, so back to fighting games. So I've known you mostly for French bread games, since like I know you competed also in Lumina in like a couple of years back. I know you mentioned Smash as well. So did your fighting game like career start with Smash?
Yeah, pretty much. Way at this point. I mean, it must be 11 years at this point because I remember being 16 whenever I went to my first tournament. It was a Celtic Throwdown. I'm pretty sure. Has it really been 11? I don't actually know for sure. Was I 17? I don't actually know the time. I don't know the timeline off the top of my head anymore. It was definitely like the year Smash 4 came out, which has been over 10 years actually. So it might be correct. That's really weird. That's really weird to think about. Regardless, but yeah, like basically, the timeline condensed is that I started playing Smash 4, and then Mr. Streamer got me into Guilty Gear.
Ooh.
And then through that, I started making friends at like events, because the Irish monthlies at the time, and even now to this day, for the most part, Smash and like the fighting game stuff are kind of like, so occasionally, normally at like the same event. So like I would be playing Smash 4 and then I would be playing Guilty Gear at the same event. So I met into a bunch of like the fighting game scene from playing Smash. And then one of the guys who... Sorry, my brain's like shutting off for a second. One of the guys who, you know, I chatted to and was playing Guilty Gear was talking about this game called Eunice, because they had played Uniel. And it's like, oh, the release of Eunice is coming out, and you know, was kind of hyping it up a little bit. More just telling people about it, more or less than hyping it up. But we all tried it, and it was sick. And then like that game got like really popular. I say really popular, but it was popular enough in Ireland. Like considering that for the most part, in comparison to like Street Fighter and Tekken, it was doing really well before COVID. I mean, but that was normal just in general because like Uni was on the rise before COVID. Like it was always just like gaining popularity, a lot of eyes on it, that kind of thing, and that even like affected like my local scene. Or I guess more like the Dublin local scene. It's not really my local scene. That place is 4 hours away from me by bus. But no, it was really cool. So basically Smash, like 2 years into like playing Smash, started playing Guilty Gear. About a year when Rev 2 came out specifically, which I'm actually going to look up the release date for. May 26, 2017. Yeah, that looks about correct. Yeah. So I played Guilty Gear for about a year. Then Eunice must have came out the year after or late that year. And then like the rest is history. Like like I played Eunice, played a bit of Clear. COVID happened. Type Lumina came out. I played Type Lumina for most of its existence, in terms of like patch cycles and stuff. And then Uni 2 came out, and I played, and here I am now. And God, it doesn't really feel that long of a journey, but it kind of has been, hasn't it?
When you go back on it, you realize how long you've been in this.
It's weird. It's really weird. But no, like it's been good, except for the parts where it's been bad. But we don't talk about the bad parts where it's bad, so it wasn't actually bad if it never happened, right?
Exactly. That's the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in your Uni 2, at least in your competitive Uni 2 lifespan, you started with Carmine, if I remember correctly. Actually, in Eunice, did you main Carmine or Hyde or another character?
No, actually, this is really funny. I played Gord in Eunice.
Oh.
I was a Gordo player. So to be clear, like whenever I started playing like Guilty Gear and Eunice, I was really bad. I was not that good at the game. Like Eunice, I'd say was whenever I started getting better at fighting games. But I would probably say I didn't really start getting to the point where I could. I'm being very generous when I say compete at top level. Around like late Type Lumina, mid Uni 2. I'm not really sure exactly at what point I'd say I really started like getting it a bit more, but like I was definitely good enough to be like the best in Ireland. But as time went on, like I only got better and better, but everyone else around me got better and better, so it was like a constant like, it's like an arms race at the end of the day, but I'm also just I'm not Nephros, so like I'm just like kind of a guy in the middle. But yeah, like I played Gord in Eunice. I played Gord.
Okay.
I just picked the guy that had the big scythe and looked really cool. I mean, have you seen that walk animation? Like he's got the coat. Like everyone jokes in the scene because whenever I go to like any event, you've seen my coat probably,
Yes.
the big red one. Like I wear
Yes.
wear a coat like that everywhere. I would always be wearing a big red coat. So like I was like that's me, like that's me, that's my guy. So everyone joked about like me, like, well, everyone just like makes jokes about me in the big red coat. And Gordo just has like this big fucking coat on him. It's like he's got the nail, he's got the big scythe, and it's like, yeah, no, that's really cool. And he had a command grab. I loved command grabs because I played Soul in Exerd, and Soul was known for having and is known for having a really good command grab. Gord's command grab is not as good as Soul's command grab in any way, shape, or form. But Gord's command grab was really satisfying to land, so it did the job. But yeah, I played Gord for basically all of Eunice. Like in tournament, I think maybe I tried to play Hyde like once, like, but no, it's not good.
But yeah, back to. You want to add something or?
No. Sorry, go ahead. I was like, yeah,
fine. So in Uni 2, you started with Carmine and then changed to Hyde and then played a little bit of Wagner and then went back to Hyde, unfortunately. Is it a character crisis? Do you just like Hyde a bit too much for the game? What pushes you back to Hyde?
It's like there's a lot of factors behind it, or at least there's a lot of like, I say factors. That's not the right word for it, but like there's a lot of reasons. So I started playing Carmine. I was playing Hyde when the game like launched, like week like 1, week 2 or whatever. Like I was playing Hyde, and then I looked at the. Well, actually, no, I was playing Tsurugi when the game dropped. Actually, no, that's right. I was playing Tsurugi. So yeah, we actually need to go back a tiny bit further to get the whole story here. I started playing Tsurugi, and I got invested in Tsurugi because the game launched and Frosty Faustings was happening like that weekend, or I believe, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
There was a big U.S. major. I'm pretty sure it was Frosty.
Frosty.
It was that early. It was February or something. So no good American players were able to lab the game basically because or not many American players. So there was a lot of Uni players that were just like there playing Uni 2, right? And more specifically, every American player that wanted to play Tsurugi. And I was interested in Tsurugi. I thought that character looked really sick. I still think he's pretty sick. He's a bit of a clown, but like he's really sick, really fun. So I was sitting there like day 1, day 2, day 3, looking through like the hashtag and stuff, just seeing if like any Japanese player was like posting any good combos, or like anyone in the Tsurugi Discord and like the main Cord was posting any good combos. They weren't. I was looking at people doing like 5B into like 3.2k, and I was like, there's no way that's like the limit, because his combo trials didn't show his optimal routing. At the time, like what his routing became was not in those trials at all, which is normal for a release character in a French bred game. Like that's normal. Their combo trials are never like optimal or even like show the optimal combo path that you kind of want to go through in order to get that optimal damage. So I spent probably about 2 weeks at the start of the game, like labbing Tsurugi and labbing his combos. Honestly, it's kind of something that I'm a bit proud of looking back at, because I was the guy that found the at the time was the correct way to convert off of his command grab, which was TK236B. I don't want to say like I found it, but up until that point, I've seen no one talk about it. I didn't see it posted anywhere, and I posted like a combo doc in the Discord at the time. And people were like, yo, this is really good. And then followed by, yo, this link is really fucking hard. Because it was really hard. TK236B was like frame perfect without buffer. Without buffer, it would be frame perfect. But like with buffer, it obviously wasn't frame perfect. It was just kind of hard to do a TK special immediately. But I found that link, and that was really important for his combo structure up until like, it might have been the Zuki patch actually, so it wasn't that long. Probably about like 3 months. I don't remember how long it took for Zuki to come out. But up until that point, that was like his optimal routing like path, and I was like, I found that was really cool. That was then followed up by, this character doesn't have corner combos. What do you mean this character doesn't have corner combos? I was losing my mind for like a week trying to find corner routing that didn't exist. It just wasn't real. The character didn't have corner routing. It was awful. I was so sad. But yeah, then I started looking at Carmine, and I was like, looking at the Carmine changes, because at the end of like Clear, whenever I like before I stopped playing it, I like looked at Carmine because I thought he was cool. Probably like Padu like hit me with like fuzzy overhead a few times, and I was like, yo, that's kind of sick. And then I did Carmine combos, and I was like, this character's really hard, and he was really hard. It was really finicky, even with the Clear changes.
Your mic is cutting off again.
Is it cutting off? Maybe it's just like a Discord thing. I'll try and move it a bit closer and
could be.
Which part did I start cutting out at?
You mentioned like Pado hitting you with the fuzzy, and then you said the character is really hard.
Yeah. So Padu started hitting me with the Carmine fuzzy a few times, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this character. And then he was really hard in Clear. Like he was very finicky. I had a lot of like specific delays that were required to like end combos, and people were posting Uni 2 stuff, and all the Uni 2 changes made his combos like dead easy, like really, really easy, in line with a lot of the other casts, to be fair. But the reward was insane. So I started playing Carmine, and I started doing backdash shimmy, and I was thinking, I'm so good. What the hell? Like, oh my god. Like, took a set off of Mo in like some random net play tournament. Like, just just fucking dice rolling and shit. Like that's crazy. Maybe I'm kind of nice with it. I lost that tournament, by the way. I got smashed in like grands, I think. By
I think it was 2BCU.
I think it was, yeah.
2BCU.
I think it was, yeah.
I was abroad, I remember, and I checked Star GG, and I see Redslasher beat Mo, and I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, no. Like really funny, really funny. Like I thought I was so good. Well, I didn't think I was that good. I knew like that character was like bullshit, but I was like, damn, I'm kind of nice. But then Brussels happened. I'm pointing at the thing, but you can't see it. Brussels happened, and I was playing at Brussels, and I played some casuals with Ram after day 1. And I couldn't hit Ram with like anything that I was doing on net play, and then I started to realize, like, wait, maybe I'm bad? Maybe I can't play Under Knight? Maybe I can't do Strike Throw? Because my entire thing, like, I was relying so much on like Assault JA Bomb and like backdash shimmies and just basically everything that wasn't just plain Uni Strike Throw. And to be fair, Carmine is very good at not playing Uni Strike Throw, but against Mika, you kind of have to because the fuzzy doesn't work. Like, the normal fuzzy doesn't work. The only Assault JA works, which is mostly, at least Ram was able to react to that really consistently. So going into day 2, I was like full doomer. I was like, oh my god, it's so over. I can't play this game. I'm gonna get smashed. Because like I was losing pretty bad. I managed to pull, I recall correctly, I managed to pull back the set count to like nearly even after about like 20.
Your mic again.
Is it? Maybe it's because it's peaking actually. I think whenever
peaking, like you're not really high, so I don't know why it would.
Well, I'll just try and keep it. I'll try and be a bit quieter because I think it's whenever I'm getting a bit excited that this is.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, it's fine. I can make it work. But yeah, so where was I? So yeah, no, I was going in and I was like, it's so over. Like, I'm finished. I can't open this guy up. Like, everything that I've been doing for like the past like month and a half or however long I was like prepping for Brussels has been for nothing. I just can't do it. No, that was obviously very dramatic and not actually what happened at all. I ended up winning the event, of course. And I also like hit Ram with like 2 Assault JAs as well, so it was like kind of nerves, I'm guessing, in a tournament scenario, on top of Carmine being really broken, on top of I was actually like trying to like implement more like delayed strike stuff into my pressure on the day. Oh yeah, the thing that I didn't say is that over the course of that set that we played, I pulled it up to even after like 22 games, but I was losing like 9 games straight. That's why I was like super doomer. I was like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. But I did win, but at the end of it, I wasn't like, I was happy. I was very happy, but at the same time, I was like, well, maybe I need to like learn how to play Under Knight. Maybe I say learn, but you know what I mean. Like, maybe I need to like go back and like improve the aspect of my gameplay that I think is really, really bad. So we pick Hyde because, you know, Hyde is also really broken. I like Hyde. I think I thought his new combo routing was cool and all, but I stuck to Carmine because Carmine was way more broken at the time. So we went back to Hyde and we played Hyde, and that is most of. Like, there's not really much else to say right up until, unless you want to interrupt me before I like go on to the Wagner part.
Go ahead.
So I mostly just played Hyde. You know, Hyde was really broken. Great matchup in the Kuon at the time. You know, 2FF was broken. Deleted projectiles, so good. Bring it back. You know, I loved optimizing Hyde routing, even though it was already all done for me, because that one Japanese Hyde that I always forget the tag of, just optimizes everything from like the jump. So it's like it was already done, but like it was still fun doing the combos. Like Hyde had some really difficult routing, still kind of does, but like some changes in the game has made it a bit easier for sure. But then Wagner buffs happened in the Ogre patch, you know, the throw buffs and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is really dumb. And I like Wagner. I think Wagner is pretty cool, but you know, I didn't want to play her because Hyde was broken. But if this throw combo is doing like 4 point something K, then like, you know, maybe we're gonna have a bit of fun with it. But then UFA was happening, so I couldn't commit to it. UFA was happening, and I was like, I kind of like think I could have a shot if like the bracket, like the stars aligned, like I could have made it. I got 7th, so like maybe not, but you know, I believed. I had to believe. So you know, we committed to Hyde. And then Wagner got nerfed in the hotfix patch before I got to abuse the throw buff. Like, it's still really good, and that's the thing, like, it's still very good, and like, obviously I still play Wagner from time to time on net play, but the main reason why I switched... I'll never swap back to Carmine, by the way. Anytime I play Carmine nowadays, like, his dash feels so bad that I just don't enjoy it. Like, I don't enjoy trying to play the game with a dash that, like, gets really fast but is way too slow at the start. He's still fun, and he's still very good, but I don't think I can swap back to him. But the reason why I keep switching from Hyde to Wagner to Hyde to Wagner is because it's like, I play Hyde, and I go, damn, my reward off a throw isn't good enough. And I can't really easily bait like throw in a way that I'd like, because TK Pogo is really good, but like technically there's counterplay. Like it has a big gap, and I'm always like afraid, like I have the fear of God in me for some godforsaken reason, that someday people are just gonna like punish that every time I go for it, and I'm just gonna die. So then I go to Wagner and like, oh, TK drill's so good, let's go, and then I throw them and I do 4K, and that's great. But then Wagner has this issue for me specifically where she feels too committal. Like, she feels like she has to commit a lot to keep pressuring the opponent. Like, you know, you're doing like shield bash and stuff to like reset pressure, and it's just like, it just feels really bad to shield bash into someone but then green shields, and then you can't RPS with force function, like frame trap afterwards. This is very fair, by the way. I'm not complaining that this character is bad because of this. I'm just saying, like, this situation doesn't feel good for me whenever I'm like, okay, I want to reset my pressure, I get shielded, that sucks, and then like I go for rebeat instead, and then Wagner at space like 5C rebeat just doesn't feel really threatening, and then I'm like, I don't have any like safe frame trap option that lets me feel like I'm in a position where I don't have to commit super hard, which then makes me go back to Hyde, because then I can go, well, if I just don't know what to do, I press Fireball, and that's great. So it is just like a, what do I value more at the time, or what am I disliking that people are doing at the time, which is like just big massive skill issue all around, I gotta say. But Hyde is also just really fun. Like, Hyde is just really cool. I really enjoy playing Hyde. I like how he can go from a complete nut job to like this really safe, calculated, you know, Shoto kind of character that just like does a lot of spacing traps, does a lot of safe fireballs, you know, and obviously he has like every tool in the book, because Kimone just decided that was okay. And it is okay because I get to play him. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. It's like, Wagner, I just don't like having to commit as much to do Wagner things, even if Wagner things are insanely satisfying to do. That's the very long and short of it. Very long. But yeah.
Yeah, makes sense though at the end. It's good reasoning. Okay, so you mentioned Brussels, and that's where I first met you. And I was really impressed by like this posse of Irish people, like the Eiredashers. Like, I think you were 5 or 6 Irish people in the top 8. Like, I think you were at least 4. I think
there was me, there was Mr. Streamer. I'm so sorry, Josh. I'm so sorry. There was me, there was Gesture, there was Dr. K.
I think there was someone else.
Was not. I can't remember if Nafiel got top 8.
Let me actually check.
If it was someone, it would have been Nafiel, I'm pretty sure. But I think it was only 3. I actually can't remember. Brussels is almost 2 years ago at this point, which is crazy.
Was it 24? I think it was 24.
It's 2024. 2024.
Let me check. It was my first Brussels major as well.
It was mine as well. I was advised to go because a bunch of my friends had went. I can't remember which year they went. I think they must have. I feel like it was before COVID happened, or maybe it was like 2021, 2022, whichever one was the first one after COVID, if it was that one. And they said it was really good.
It was Scarfelt, actually.
Oh, it was Scarfelt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Scarfelt was playing a bit of Uni 2 at the time. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Nafiel lost to Kaz just before top 8.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, no. The Eiredashers, the goats, my homies, my friends, my eternal supporters. Even whenever I can't support myself, no. Like, I mean, I would not be here playing fighting games, enjoying fighting games, and without them around, you know. It's like the energy that like everyone kind of brings to the table that we can like bring to each other, I think it's just great, and I'm glad that everyone enjoys our shenanigans as much as we enjoy making the shenanigans. To be honest, we kind of come as a package deal for the most part, but mostly just because like a lot of us want to like travel and see places, while also like enjoying fighting games because we just happen to like fighting games as well, you know. Like, for example, Brussels, like, we walked around Brussels for, like, a few days, and, like, oh, Brussels was beautiful. Loved that city. It was really, really warm. Oh, my God, I was not prepared for how warm it was, but, oh, the city was just fantastic. And I was just glad, like, because I wouldn't do that kind of stuff on my own, for the most part. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I always feel, like, a bit safer if I have at least, like, 1 or 2 people, you know, just to make sure I don't spiral out of control, get a little bit too worried and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, there's like 6 of us, so like we're like triple chill at that point, you know. It's like, it's great. So the fact that like I just have so many friends that just want to go to fighting game events and like to invite me to go along, because normally it's like I'm being told to tag along. They're just like, yo, you know, Redslasher, or well, they don't say that. They say, yo, Andrew, like pull up, and I'm just like, well, I mean, like when you put it like that, like sure, why not? But no, we all stick together. We're all. It's just great. I don't know. I don't really know how else to put it. I'm just glad that I'm able to experience these kind of events and stuff with my friends, and I'm glad they're so supportive of me, and I can be supportive for them too. You know, I can always be the guy, because like whenever Josh is on stream, whenever Gesture's on stream, like I'm screaming my lungs out for that guy. That's my fucking guy. You know. Same with Dr. K, same with Nafiel, you know, we're all there for each other at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's sick. Like, for like, I think my first year of traveling in fighting games, like, I also used to travel a lot with a friend. He competes in Tekken though, so it's like not really something that, even though I liked Tekken a lot, important liked. My focus was on 2D games like Strive and of course Uni, Lumina. We did travel together, and I really liked when he contacted me to actually like, hey, there's, I don't know, Head Stomper in a couple of months' time. Do you want to go? Like, I get that feeling. It feels really good to actually have someone to travel with. So having that with such a large group, it must feel like really, really blessed.
Oh no, like absolutely no, it is great. Like every year we always like basically like in our own little Discord server we do just like we kind of on top of like, you know, we just have a separate channel. That's what I'm trying to say. We have a separate channel for just like, you know, events that are gonna happen this year, and we just see like, okay, what's lining up for people. Where do we think we're dropping this year? We I don't really know where most of the Eiredashers are gonna land this year, because I think we just don't really know where Uni is gonna be this year in terms of like which events are kind of doing Uni. We didn't want to do anything early like this year, which is why we weren't that outplayed and stuff. And then like it's not UFA. Like UFA might be the one. What's the one in Birmingham again?
Versus fighting.
Yeah. VSF. Like VSF might not be at Uni. Like that was the one that people were kind of looking at because it was really good in the time frame, and now it's just like not there. It was like this is getting kind of awkward, but I'm sure we'll find something. We'll find some. We'll find some space to ruin with our our very passionate cheers, our very passionate cheering.
Yes. May I suggest maybe one I'm really looking at is in Portugal the first weekend of September. Ravioli's pushing it a lot, and speaking of Ravioli, he's created like a calendar of events.
I saw Ravi was talking about this either yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, no, maybe I should check that out just to have a wee look see. To be fair, we'll see where. I'll have a look at it honestly, and I'll pitch it to people and see how people are thinking. To be honest, because like we kind of just don't have like any like fighting game things like kind of lined up as a group. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out though for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Alright. Okay, so this is... I think I had actually talked about this offline too as well, but I feel the need to ask you again. So, online, especially on Discord, you come off extremely... how do you call it? Like...
Reserved,
yes. The reserved is the perfect word for it. And then, like, here on video, like, offline, you're just a whole different vibe. You're just chatty, laughing, making jokes. Just you're the life of the party, basically. Is it something conscious that you do, like, to... I don't know how to put it, like, to not create expectations, maybe, in people on Discord? Or is it just... Does it come naturally, like, without you even trying to be like that? Because the difference is really noticeable. That's why, mostly.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a pretty fair question, to be fair. So, I guess the main thing is that, like, I have autism. So, for me, like, being in, like, social situations, I've kind of had to, like, over, like, the course of my life, just kind of, like, figure out, like, you know, learn how to navigate these kind of things. And kind of what I do in person is I definitely land on being like very like energetic and very like you know, like I'm Irish people generally, you know, like to have a good joke, and so, you know, I kind of picked up on that, etc., etc. So it's not to say that like I don't want to do that. It's more just like whenever I'm just by myself and I'm just kind of like just me, I can be a lot more calm and relaxed. I don't have to think about what I'm saying too much. I don't have to really consider my words. While if I'm sitting here and I'm like trying to like over text in particular, it's very difficult for me to like read the room, I guess is the best way of putting it. I can't read the room through text. I can't really tell if someone's, for the most part, if someone's joking at me or if they're like being serious or like what's the tone. So for me, the easiest way to communicate with someone online, especially that I don't know super well, like obviously I've gotten to know a few people offline in the scene over time, so it's like not as, I say difficult, but you know what I mean. It's like I don't have to be as reserved around certain people who I know like can take a bit of a joke or can take, or, you know, have a laugh. But the easiest thing for me to do is just be very like, you know, just standoffish, kind of just, you know, not really say too much, because then I'm gonna be like, well, what if they take it the wrong way, and then I have to explain myself, and I can't do that because I overthink things. I would just end up overthinking it and be thinking like, oh, I've made this like really bad interaction over something that literally doesn't matter. It's just me. It's just me over reacting to it. At least that's like what I have come to the conclusion to, you know. It's a really weird question to answer, but at the same time, it's a very valid question to ask, because at the same time, it's like, well, it's a little two-faced, isn't it? But it's not like I'm sitting here like chatting behind people's back or anything. Like it's just online. It's just way easier for me to have a conversation with someone or talk about things by just not going to my extreme in person. Especially, actually, a thing is that I was talking about with a friend, actually, which brought up, is that I do a lot of like hand gestures and a lot of like, you know, I have a lot of body movement whenever it comes to like, whenever I'm talking. So it's a lot easier to tell. Like, I basically have tells, so you can kind of tell, like, I say I have tells. Oh my god, what am I saying? Oh my god, I feel like I've dug myself into a hole, Rex, so blame me for this. What I'm trying to say is, is that it's a lot easier for me to communicate and like express like how I'm feeling by moving my hands and like, you know, having that kind of energy. While online, I can't really do that.
Exactly.
I guess I could use like, you know, emojis and stuff, but no, it's not. I don't think that's right. I'm also only 27 years old. I cannot be throwing like 4 emojis into a single like every single.
Redslasher is too cool for emotes.
No, that's not one. Oh my god, it's over. It's over. It's over. Okay. Next question, please.
Okay. Okay. So back to Under Night. Probably you'll be happy about this. If you could have a 1st to 10 with anyone in any period, in uni, of course, like I don't know, maybe Clear Lamp at his best.
Yes.
And whatnot. Like, is there someone you would kill for a 1st to 10 with them, or an offline set?
Honestly, it would probably, I think, like, Clear Lamp, 1st to 10 with Clear Lamp in his prime, definitely, that's a very tempting one. Even just, like, current, like, just playing Big Black right now in the 1st to 10, like, obviously that's not, like, a very difficult thing to accomplish. I could just ask if our connection was good enough, but, like, offline,
say offline,
I guess would be, yeah, saying offline, I guess would be a bit more difficult at that point. I guess it would be kind of one of those two. I mean, also, like, I never actually got to play Mo offline. I've never got to play Mo offline, which is definitely a shame, but, like, it kind of is what it is. Like, I never really traveled before, like, COVID in ST, whenever Mo was on Enkidu and stuff, and then I just didn't go, I didn't go to, like, VSF, whenever Mo went to VSF, and probably like some other tournaments that I can't remember like off the top of my head, whenever Mo was playing like that first year in Arc World Tour. So I never got to play Mo Sin offline, and that would have been really cool as well. I don't know which one I would be fighting for the most. I would love all of them, really. I'd say not being able to play Mo seems like the biggest loss for me, though. I think that one's probably the shame. So I'd probably say I'd want to play against like pre-nerf Kuon, 1st 10 offline against Mo. That would be pretty sick.
Okay. But I just noticed though that you said about your like I don't want to call it hate, but how much you suffer Byakuya. Yet the first 2 names are like the 2 best Byakuya players in uni history. Like, is there a connotation? Is that a relationship to that?
No, not really. I mean, I just like anytime I watch Byakuya or I play against Byakuya, I do just feel like this character is like crazy. Like, you just get put in the blender, you get thrown into the blender. Like, you get thrown by Byakuya in the corner, and then there's a web on you, and that's insane. Like, I mean, it's not that insane. Carmine Bomb exists, but it's like. Carmine, actually no, I can't really say. I actually don't know what Byakuya has that Carmine really doesn't. To be fair, so that comparison actually starts falling apart really quickly. I just don't like the spider. I just don't like him. I hate that guy. Don't hate that guy. That's a bit extreme. But like, yeah, it's just I think what I hate is that the character is not super underrated, but like because he's never I feel like maybe in ST maybe, but like I feel like he's never been in the contention for top 5, even though Byakuya players always perform. And you look at what the character does, and you look at his toolkit, and it's just all there. He just has everything. Not everything. That's also exaggeration. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. It's like he's got so much. Yeah. He does so much. Like in ST, the I don't know if it was like a main spread joke, but the Irish players always joked about he had the 10k 5A. You got hit by Byakuya 5A and you just lost the game. His 5A did 10k. He put you in the setup and you lost. Because like the web combo did like an absurd amount of damage, and that character just always had meter, even in clear after the meter nerfs, although a little bit less in clear after. Oh man, I never talked about meter change being something I wanted. Anyway, but yeah, like the vendetta is like, I hate whenever characters that I think are really strong are just like downplayed or like not really taken into consideration. Like Merkava kind of gets the same thing for me as well, where it's like people don't talk about Merkava, and like for a fair enough reason. There's not that many people playing Merkava, and like, you know, he isn't as broken as like, you know, Carmine and Yuzu and Hyde and Wagner and etc. But like, I don't know, that character kept getting buffs. Like that character's really strong. You know, it's like you get hit by like a Merkava 2B and you take like 3.4k, and then Warmoki. Maybe it's higher than that. I can't remember. I haven't been hit by a Black Ace 2B in a while, so I can't remember the actual number. But it's a big number, and I'm just like, what are we doing here? Why is no one talking about this? Can someone please talk about this to say just so I can feel validated? Like, I just want to be validated, guys. Just want my spite to be validated. I'm not asking for much in this world.
Very understandable. On the topic of persons you respect or players you respect, is there someone like you look up to and try to someone who inspires you to be a better player, perhaps?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny that you brought that up. I feel like, honestly, like a lot across like my entire like fighting game history, I would always say there's always been like someone who I look at their play and I'm like, their play is just phenomenal. I just love everything that they're doing. I just want to play like that, and I want to spend time figuring out how they can play like that. And then getting really sad because I realize that I can never actually play like that because I'm not that good enough or whatever. Like, bit of exaggeration again, but you know what I mean. It's like, for example, in Smash 4, there was a player called Magi, who I was good friends with, and he, insane player. Like, for Ireland, like to be in Ireland, a region in Smash 4 which was very weak, a very weak region, not a lot of strong players. You could look at a bracket and you could probably like just immediately tell who's like top 4, like, and it would just be like that. You know what I mean? It's like there's not really like an upset happening. Like, the skill level was just so, there's just like a big skill gap. That's what I'm looking for, a big skill gap.
I see.
But this guy, Magi, just the go, like, lives in the middle of nowhere, can't play Wi-Fi can't net play because his connection's like really bad, but just sat there and studied VODs and just labbed the game and just became so unbelievably good, best player in the country, and then went to the last what is the name of that tournament? SmashCon? Yes, SmashCon. Went to the last Smash 4 SmashCon, or SmashCon where Smash 4 was the main game before Ultimate came out. Got 9th or like 13th out of like 1,000 people. Like, insane level of play, right? Like, beat like some really top class players at the time. Like in Smash 4, like that was him. That's who I wanted to be. In Xrd, I didn't play the game long enough, to be honest. But then in Type Lumina, Magic Rider, obviously, like that was the go of EU Lumina, and like I just respected the hell out of Magic's play. Like, was able to just, I say manipulate, but like, you know, just played with what he knew, was able to play the system so well, you know, didn't have to rely on like, you know, clash frames in like sticky situations or like, you know, shielding. Well, like shields were calculated, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he wasn't just gambling, like frothing at the mouth, the gamble and stuff, you know, like you would say that some players maybe do, and I just respected the hell out of that. And now in Uni 2, like, I mean, Nephros is just my guy. Like, he's so good, he's just so talented. Like, I look at the way, and he's so helpful too. He's so helpful. Like, oh my god, like he'd sit there and he could really just break down a scenario and just really explain it in detail and tell me what I'm doing wrong, why it's wrong, and it's like, oh, man, I'm nowhere near as good as you, but like you're so cool. Like, just watching Nephros play, watching Nephros do spacing traps, watching Nephros, you know, do grid. Watching Nephros, you know, play just generic strike throw and explain. The mic again. Yeah, sorry, I got too excited. Watching Nephros, like,
it's still cut off.
It's still cut off.
Okay,
hello?
now it's back.
Now it's back. Yeah. No, I definitely think I peaked a little bit there.
Your Nephros fanboyism is.
He's so good. He's so good. But you know, it's just he just plays every aspect of the game so well because he knows so much, because he labs so much, because he understands so much, and he's able to do things that I can't, and it makes me want to be able to do those things. So maybe one day I could play at a level that even resembles what Nephros is doing on a different character, at least. Yeah, like, I mean, that's it. That's the answer to the question. Like, that's my go. At the time of recording, Arc World Tour is it's like a 27 hours or something away, I guess. That's like a day and a bit. I hope he does great. I hope he does fantastic, or at the very least, I hope that he's able to be happy with how he plays.
Yes.
And I will be there. I will be watching because I'm going to be in Dublin at the time. So,
nice.
I'm at a friend's place, so it's like I'm just going to stay up and watch. It's not that it'll be like I don't need sleep. I'll sleep on the bus home.
Fair enough. Yeah, definitely. Very looking forward to the finals, man. It's going to be an amazing experience.
It's going to be a nail biter. No, I'm excited. Just like Evo was fantastic. I'm sure that Arc World Tour will also be just great to watch. It's fantastic. The level of just seeing like high level Uni is just beautiful. Just fantastic.
Okay. Speaking of high level Uni, what is your favorite tournament you have been to?
My favorite tournament? It's kind of hard. It probably have to be like. I mean, for Uni 2, probably would have had to be Outplayed, but like I'm biased because Outplayed like had issues with their setups, which was like they couldn't do anything about it. Like it was a power issue but I got to play on the stream setup, and I never had to deal with that. So top player privilege coming in hard to get 7th place, just to get 7th place. But I got to like just. For me, I think that was like Outplayed was my first major that I went to after Brussels, which was a good bit after Brussels as well. But it was also the first major where I got to see a lot of people that I've never seen in person. A lot, obviously a lot of the people who played late clear that I never interacted with until UD2, like Kane, like Ryan, who are all like they're great. Like it was incredible to see those guys. Like they're just fantastic.
They were in the BNB with me, actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. But like again to see Nephros, I see. Technically, I saw Eggplant, but I'd seen Eggplant at Brussels, and Eggplant should have been at Brussels, but didn't know about Brussels.
The Eggplant incident.
That one was really funny. But it's just a lot of like the people who play Uni like to this day. I got to put so many names to faces, and I got to spread the Irish cheer, I guess, in there, and it's like I don't know. It was for me in terms of like I just got to interact with a community that I've been in for a really long time, but never actually like seen in person. Renale, forgot about Renale as well. Like I played against Renale since like ST, like that's crazy, and I never seen them in person until Outplayed. But no, like it'd definitely be Outplayed. If I were to say my best, like just overall, I think it might have been CT 2019, because I got the opportunity at CT 2019 to get absolutely demolished by Goichi on the Phonon back in CT 2019, because Goichi was playing Dragon Ball at the time, and Celtic Throwdown 2019 was on the Dragon Ball like World Tour, whatever it was called. I don't think it was Arxis World Tour at that point. Might have been. I don't think it was.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, no, because it was a Bandai Namco thing actually. Yeah. But I got to play against Goichi, and I got absolutely demolished. However, we got one small victory. If you look at that set, which I believe is probably still online somewhere, I did round start Grim Reaper with no meter, and it hit. And I was like, I'm so good at the game. I then proceeded to get absolutely mollywopped entirely. Like, it was so bad. Because Goichi at that time, ST Phonon was so broken. ST Phonon was so unbelievably good. I don't know when the last time Goichi had actually played like Unist or like Uni or whatever. It did not matter. I didn't know how to play against Phonon, and that guy knew how to play fighting games, so I just lost. But it was so fun. It was an honor as well. And hitting the Grim Reaper was just the cherry on top. I can always just look back and be like, Yeah, you know, I kind of got bodied, and then to add insult to injuries, I then did lose a gourd mirror to get third. So like, you know, there is even it gets more downhill from there. But the Grim Reaper went crazy for like that like half a second of dopamine where I knew that Pillar was coming out and Grim Reaper's faster, and I was like, that's game knowledge. I'm so smart. I'm not smart. I'm not at all. No.
The goat. So would that be your favorite set ever in tournament, or is there another one?
Ooh, favorite set ever? It's the most memorable for me, I think. So I guess. But I don't know. I think the issue for me is that like any like, especially in Uni 2, like any like
okay,
especially
okay.
oh
Sorry, your mic cut off
No.
for a little bit, but when I screamed it came back.
Okay, well, just keep doing that, and then we won't have to worry about it again. But yeah, so yeah, if the Goichi set is definitely the most memorable. I'll probably always remember parts of it. I'll always remember the Grim Reaper, because I'm the GOAT. The problem is that like every other like offline tournament set, I normally just like. Like any close set that I've had with a good player, I'm always disappointed in it because I lost in like the last hit game free situation after being up a game. So I'm just like, oh, this sucks. So I don't really think I have a set outside of the Goichi one. I like if I objectively look at it, like so many of those sets were really good though. Like me against Glaw that Outplayed was a really good set. Me against Eggplant that Outplayed was a really good set. You know, both of them went down to the wire and they were really fun. And like I got outplayed at the end. Like that's all she wrote. That's how it be. You know, made mistakes. We learned from them, etc., etc. You know, me against Black Ace. It was a good set until I threw game free like crazy, or like get through like round free. I think it was in the last game. I didn't like that one specifically, but like the actual set itself, the rest of it was really good. So like a lot of my tournament sets, I'm sad because I didn't win. Obviously, I'm sad because I didn't win. I want to win. But I'm also just like, I just always remember just being like, God, I would feel less bad if I didn't just like mess up really badly at that. Maybe me against Jaka at UFA. That one I didn't actually. That one was a really good set, but I also like I lost it. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't just go like, well, I fucked up. It's like, no, I kind of got outplayed. Jaka played really well. Like, it's hard for me to say. I will say the Goichi set, but most of my like offline winners, like most of my offline losses, I would say are good sets. I just hate the fact that I lost them.
Fair enough. That makes sense. Okay, so we are at the end of our interview. I'm going to ask you one more thing though. I'm gonna need you to make some marketing. So 3 reasons why people should go to IGM.
3 reasons why people should go to IGM. 3 reasons. Well, I will say, well, first of all, I mean, you want to come for the Irish. Like, we're just great. We're fantastic. Like, if you listen to any of this interview and you thought, wow, that is a really charismatic, you know, really, you know, funny guy, you're wrong, but that's okay because there's funnier people than me and more charismatic people than me at IGM, so you can go and see better Irish players than me. You know, more sociable. I fucked a bit. But yeah, no, just the Irish in general. You know, being there to hear like all of the Irish just pop off for not just like for uni, but for like for Strive or whatever. Just hearing people go crazy. Like, no, the Irish crowds are something to behold. I'll say it. Specifically for IGM, the summer one, I think the venue is really nice. I've never been to the spring one, which is happening like soon-ish. I don't think I'll be able to go to it. Yes, it is.
Sadly, I won't be able to make it either.
For me, it's just like, it's kind of awkward for me to get to. It's like, if I wanted to go there on the day, I have to like take a bus to Dublin, and I have to take an hour bus from Dublin to the venue, and it's like... you know, I suppose I shouldn't complain too much because I'm in the country, but it's like, for me, it's a bit. But the summer one, I think the venue's great. I love the venue is really nice. The area around it is really nice. Like it has like a little con thing going on, so it's like if you like that, then like that's great for you too. Third reason, I mean, I don't know. If you want to like get smashed at a bar or something, like that's a very Irish thing. I don't know. I don't drink personally, but like a lot of people like that kind of culture in Irish people, I guess. Like I can't really think of like a specifically third reason. That's the best I got. That's the best I got.
It's a good pitch. I thought you were going to say like. So 3 reasons. Reason 1, Dr. K. Reason 2, Redslasher. And reason 3, Mr. Streamer.
I mean, Mr. Streamer is a pretty good reason to go, to be fair. Like, shoutouts to Mr. Streamer. I have completely ruined his career by him being now known as Mr. Streamer.
Yeah, I remember, like, I think it was at UFA. I think he was at a table by, like, I think it was a long table, and then Jester was with 2 other people at the side, I think.
Yeah.
And whenever anyone called him, they were like, Mr. Streamer. Like, no one used his name. It's actually insane.
I have completely, like, ruined the perception of Josh in the U scene. Oh, like, literally overnight. It was kind of incredible. I was not expecting it. It was so funny. It was literally just I don't know. You probably weren't there for when it happened at UFA. That's the best part. It just happened at UFA. Josh was playing, or Gesture was playing Clobbering Rush in casuals, and something happened. I can't remember what specifically happened in the set. There's many things it could have been, but. Okay, no, I'm so bad at telling stories because I have to like have a tiny bit of context. Context before this, it was like it was some SpongeBob meme where it's like, you know the part where is it Mr. Krabs or is it SpongeBob where it's like it goes like no, I can't remember what the specific bit is anymore. Anyway, but this is so terrible. I fucked up the story. I fucked up story time. I'm so sorry. But basically, the bit was I did the bit to Josh where I was like, where was your punish there, Mr. Streamer? And I just heckled Josh for the entire time, for probably a good 15 minutes, and everyone around me was cracking up and heard it, and there it is. Mr. Streamer was just born like right then and there. His fate was forever sealed, changed forever. And of course, Josh played into the bit because the bit's incredible. Because now you would go on and. He got stream sniped by, I think he got stream, I don't know if he specifically, I need to ask if it was specifically he got stream sniped, but he was playing against Nega Reaper because Nega Reaper specifically, did I say the tag right? I think I did, right?
Yeah.
The Surgi player? Yeah. He got stream sniped by him, and because like, Gesture uses like the Hatsune Miku colors, yes. Nega Reaper stream sniped him with the Brazilian Miku colors.
Oh my god!
Which is insane.
That's amazing.
So like it's not even Europe. It's like he's Mr. Worldwide right now. Like
Mr. Worldwide Streamer.
Mr. Worldwide Streamer. Oh god.
Damn.
Right. Yeah, no.
But yeah, that's all the questions that I have prepared for you. I don't know if you have any final comments, maybe a message to the crowds.
I mean, I suppose the only thing I can really say is, I know that, especially like in Discord and stuff, obviously, like, I come off as very standoffish and I'm very like just reserved and stuff. And whenever someone throws praise my way, I'm very quick to deflect. But I really appreciate anyone in the scene who I've chatted to, who throws like good vibes my way. Like I really appreciate being a part of the scene, even if I'm not like always there in terms of like a constant like name in like conversation and stuff. Like I really appreciate being a part of the scene, and I think I'm really happy that the scene is the way it is, and I hope only the best for like everyone in it and for the scene to like get some recognition for the fact that we're just really cool, we're just really chill, that kind of thing. I just really I'm just really glad to kind of be part of something like this. You know, it's really nice. On top of that, obviously, shout outs to the Eiredashers. You know, shout outs to every like Irish person that'll cheer me on events, that'll be there to cheer me up. You know, shout outs to Nafiel, shout outs to Dr. K, shout outs to Mr. Streamer Gesture. You know, shout outs to fucking like Anto giving me the Irish flag. That's the guy who always has the Irish flag with us. Anto, you're the go. You know, shout outs to Scarfelt, who's gonna cheer me on from the sidelines whenever they're like kicking ass in Strive. Like, just shout outs to all the Irish players. Like the FGC, it's just good. It's just good, you know. It's something so beautiful. Fighting games are just amazing. Fighting games are just amazing, and the community that's come from it is just as incredible. And thank you, Rexu, for letting me be on the interview, for asking me these questions, and you know, completely potentially ruining my entire reputation forever, or the perception of my being. I'm not really sure. Whatever you want to go with. But no, it's been great being here. Thank you for having me. I hope that my interview is not a letdown compared to the legends of Nephros and Jacka and whoever episode 3 is. Because I don't know who episode 3 is at the time. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, it's over.
It's not out yet, so it's fine. It's
true. I'm leaking the fact that there's an episode 3, even though this is episode 4. Don't tell anybody. But no, like, I think that's kind of it. You know, good luck with the, like, any other interviews. Like, I hope the series, like, continues on for, I say, a little bit longer, however long you deem it necessary to be. I hope it gets some attention. It's cool. I mean, I think it's just a cool way, to give the scene, not a bit, I don't know the right way to word it, but it's just, like, it's just interesting. I just think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, my aim is to like put a spotlight on the EU personalities. So hopefully it grows a little bit. My intention eventually is to actually turn it into a podcast, perhaps. But of course, like, I think first of all, this interview thing is. I wasn't very sure about it, but now I'm actually liking it a lot, because you discover so much about a lot of people. And for now, that's the plan. To keep on doing the interviews.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I think it's very cool, and that's a very good way of framing it. Just putting a spotlight on people and just like, you know, letting people just be themselves for a little bit, and
exactly
being able to show themselves off and have it's fun. I think it's very fun. I do think it's very fun. But yeah, no. If that'll be everything, I guess that's it. I guess that's the end. No, I'm sorry. Our time has come to an end. That's so sad. People won't get to see me anymore. That's how unfortunate.
I mean,
unless you come to, I don't know, like some IGM in the future, or I go to like some, you know, European event in the future. Then you'll see me.
Absolutely. And I can assure you it's worth it to see Redslasher in all his glory.
Me and my big red coat, making waves.
Absolutely. But that will be it for this episode. So that will be wrapping up. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Redslasher for joining me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you for episode 5, which there is an episode 5, by the way. Since there's 4, there's 5.
Oh, it's not the you never know. Although it would be pretty anticlimactic at the end on me. I think you could do better, Rex. You should do better.
Stop downplaying yourself.
Okay. No, I'm done. All right. Thank you very, very much, anyone that stuck to the end. And yeah, no. Do not follow me on my social media. Do not follow me on Discord. Do not talk to me in any way, shape, or form. Just don't interact with me. This podcast didn't happen.
It was all an illusion.
It's all an illusion. Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah. See you guys. What the fuck? Like the second I hit record, like your camera disappeared.
Disappeared.
Okay, now it's back.
Yeah, no, it is. Immediately came back.
I'm debating whether to leave that in or not. Maybe in the bloopers.
That'd be good. Yeah. Well, we can do a do-over. We can do like another countdown. You can cut this out.
All right, let's do it. Okay, 3, 2, 1.